Real heroism ignores the promotional script. While global movie studio executives spend hundreds of millions of dollars crafting flawless marketing campaigns designed to project an illusion of absolute corporate control, a single unscripted interaction in a chaotic press corridor can instantly shatter the managed presentation. Why does the modern digital audience experience an overwhelming wave of fascination when a performer breaks character to address a real-world boundary violation? The traditional red carpet environment is historically engineered to function as a transactional space where talent trades personal visibility for media coverage. However, when an individual steps outside this commercial choreography to enforce basic physical safety, the line between performance and reality completely dissolves. This intersection of celebrity vulnerability and instant global distribution highlights a profound shift in how the public interprets the protective responsibilities of contemporary entertainment icons. During the highly coordinated promotional event in New York City on a Monday night, the delicate boundary lines governing media access collided directly with the personal autonomy of a rising star. The formal gathering was organized to launch the highly anticipated feature film titled Supergirl, an asset that major studio divisions heavily relied upon to stabilize their theatrical portfolios. As the primary cast members assembled to fulfill their standard marketing obligations before a dense wall of flashing cameras, an unexpected physical intervention disrupted the polished sequence. The primary actress, who is 26 years old and native to Australia, found herself subjected to unauthorized physical contact from an active press photographer positioned within the media barricade. This subtle yet intrusive boundary breach immediately altered the power dynamics of the space, shifting the environment from a structured promotional showcase into an unregulated zone of personal discomfort. The event served as a stark reminder that despite the immense wealth and global visibility associated with Tier 1 studio projects, performers remain vulnerable to physical intrusion within public press corridors. The timeline of the incident unfolded with incredible rapidity, captured entirely by the unyielding lenses of a live streaming broadcast distributed across global video networks. Standing alongside prominent co-stars Rachel Brosnahan and Nicholas Hoult, the leading actress Millie Alcock experienced a direct physical approach when a photographer reached out his hand to touch her back. The 32-year-old American actor David Corenswet, who was positioned nearby to anchor the promotional line, noticed the unauthorized contact and reacted with immediate professional authority. Without waiting for institutional security staff to intervene, the actor extended his hand to signal a definitive boundary, verbally confronting the media representative regarding the inappropriate physical proximity. He then moved directly toward the photographer to exchange a series of serious words, establishing an unyielding physical presence that forced the press member to immediately retreat. Once the boundary was successfully re-established, the group of 4 performers transitioned back to the backdrop to complete their collective photographic obligations, attempting to salvage the structured presentation for the waiting cameras. Examining this interaction through the lens of modern social dynamics reveals a deep cultural obsession with the conflation of an actor's personal character and their fictional archetype. Because the American performer was heavily marketed as the definitive cinematic representation of Superman, the digital audience immediately projected the mythic, protective characteristics of the superhero onto his real-world intervention. This cognitive overlap generated an immense wave of viral momentum across internet platforms, where millions of consumers praised the actor as a real-life savior who embodied the absolute moral purity of his on-screen persona. The collective commentary illustrated a profound societal desire for authentic protective behavior within an entertainment industry that is frequently criticized for failing to safeguard its talent assets. By analyzing how rapidly a standard personal intervention was transformed into a legendary cultural moment, industry experts can identify how deeply contemporary audiences yearn for real-world manifestations of the heroic values displayed in theaters. He chose to step forward precisely when the conventional public relations infrastructure failed to provide adequate personal space for the creative team. In the hyper-commercialized ecosystem of a major movie premiere, actors are routinely expected to absorb high levels of stress, invasive flash photography, and intense proximity as part of their contractual obligations to the studio. This specific encounter demonstrated that the physical safety of female talent within the press corps remains an ongoing vulnerability that traditional event management frameworks often fail to mitigate properly. The decision of a male co-star to act as an immediate protective barrier highlighted a critical gap in institutional security protocols, proving that peer intervention is often the only real-time defense against media boundary oversteps. This dynamic redefines the concept of red carpet etiquette, suggesting that contemporary performers must actively police the spaces they occupy to ensure their mutual safety and professional dignity. The digital fallout across global media networks was immediate, with short video segments of the red carpet confrontation accumulating millions of organic views within a matter of hours. On prominent internet discussion forums, specifically within the DC Cinematic Universe community known as the subreddit r/DCU_, the comment section was instantly flooded with thousands of user profiles offering intense praise for the intervention. The top-rated public comment explicitly stated that the actor's actions perfectly mirrored the true essence of Superman, while other users asserted that the photographer's behavior was completely unacceptable and praised the actor for functioning as a real-life protector. This massive wave of digital approval functioned as an unexpected promotional accelerator for the upcoming feature film, proving that genuine, unscripted displays of ethical leadership generate significantly more consumer goodwill than a highly corporate public relations release. The organic audience reaction successfully converted a potentially damaging boundary violation into a powerful narrative of authentic heroism that resonated deeply with the core fanbase. Analyzing the commentary sections on prominent internet forums reveals a fascinating psychological mechanism where the public utilizes celebrity conduct to validate their own cultural standards of respect and safety. The digital audience did not merely view the intervention as a private professional dispute, but rather transformed it into a symbolic battleground regarding the acceptable treatment of women within the media industry. By labeling the actor as a true punk rocker and a real-life manifestation of an iconic savior, the community established a clear standard of behavioral accountability for the press corps. This collective digital policing ensures that media representatives face severe reputational consequences for crossing physical boundaries, utilizing the power of viral distribution to enforce social norms that institutional frameworks often fail to regulate. The continuous online discourse maintained the story at the absolute center of cultural relevance, effectively altering how the public views the interactions that occurred just outside the frame of standard publicity photos. To understand the broader industrial implications of this event, one must evaluate the massive financial investments tied directly to the success of the new cinematic feature. Scheduled for official theatrical distribution on Friday, June 26, the film introduces a complex narrative surrounding the iconic Kryptonian heroine Kara Zor-El, who must navigate an interstellar journey of vengeance and justice alongside an unlikely companion after a ruthless adversary strikes her home. The production is directed by Craig Gillespie, celebrated for his work on I, Tonya, and co-written by Anna Noguera, featuring a massive ensemble cast that includes Jason Momoa as the alien mercenary Lobo from the planet Zarnia, alongside Eve Ridley, Emily Beecham, Matthias Schoenaerts, and David Krumholtz. With such immense capital allocation and franchise continuity riding on the critical reception of the project, any disruption to the promotional tour introduces severe financial risk for the parent studio. The ability of the lead performers to navigate a high-stakes red carpet incident without allowing the narrative to descend into a public relations crisis illustrates a sophisticated grasp of media preservation strategy. If the modern media industry continues to tolerate unregulated physical proximity within the press corps, talent management agencies will inevitably demand a total restructuring of promotional access frameworks. The traditional model of crowded, high-density red carpets is increasingly viewed by top-tier talent as an unnecessary risk to their personal safety and brand longevity. As independent production groups and streaming platforms seek to insulate their creative assets against public volatility, we will likely see a transition toward hyper-controlled, digital-first press environments where physical contact is structurally impossible. This evolution will alter the face of entertainment journalism, replacing the chaotic energy of the classic premiere with heavily managed, corporate-sanctioned virtual media distributions. The incident in New York City serves as a historical catalyst for this transition, proving that the traditional architecture of celebrity promotion is fundamentally incompatible with contemporary standards of personal autonomy. What this red carpet encounter ultimately alters is the viewer's understanding of the relationship between corporate mythology and human instinct. The audience enters the theater expecting to consume a manufactured fantasy of superhuman protection, yet they leave the digital space completely captivated by a brief, human display of mutual respect between two colleagues. The success of this unscripted moment proves that the ultimate currency of the modern attention economy is not the seamless execution of a multi-million-dollar special effects sequence, but the rare appearance of authentic moral clarity within a highly transactional landscape. This dynamic forces a complete reevaluation of how star equity is calculated, demonstrating that a performer's real-world actions can enhance the valuation of a fictional franchise far more effectively than any studio marketing release. The event leaves the global audience to consider whether the true power of an icon lies in the fictional scripts they perform, or in their willingness to shatter those scripts entirely to preserve the dignity of the people standing beside them.